What is going on, guys? Another video, Black Quarterback Series. My name is Keith. Y'all already knew I was going to be all over this. Let's talk about this. Let's get it going. So, the video is going to be somewhere titled Jalen Hurts versus Lamar. But we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts' contract situation and all of that. So, Jalen Hurts got a 5-year, $255 million deal, $179 million guaranteed, and some incentives. Good deal. He's on the final year of his contract. Shout out to that sister who brokered that contract. I'm gonna put her face and all that on the screen right now. But we have to address the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is Lamar Jackson's contract not being done. We thought it would be done by now. It's not done by now. It's looking like he might take an L in this whole thing, depending on if he holds out, if he signs the tag, what is he going to do, right? So let's start with the good. Like I said, Jalen Hurts signed a 5-year, $255 million contract. He was on the final year of his rookie deal, 179 guaranteed. Also, with one of the top teams in the league, they were probably a fumble away from winning the Super Bowl, right? Fumble away from winning the Super Bowl, and they bring back a lot of their skill positions. Now they didn't have all their skill positions players. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. If I'm not mistaken, Miles Sanders was one that left. Jason Kelsey is coming back for a season, thank God. And then they lock him up, as well as A.J. Brown going to be around for a while. Devontae Smith might actually be the odd man out of this whole thing, who ends up leaving. But that we don't have to address that until at least next season. I think he's a first-round pick. And if he's a first-round pick, we really don't have to address it to the following season. So you'll deal with that when you deal when you still have a top-flight receiver who's getting all the carries. Or all the catches. So, yeah. They were ranked second in yards, number 1 offensive line, top 10 defense, great young coach, offensively minded young coach, going for it in the Super Bowl, 4th down, with that great offensive line and that great rugby style push, which I don't think they should outlaw, because if any other team could do it, they could do it. It's just what happens. It's just like in the NBA when everybody's trying to shoot threes and they can't shoot threes. If you can't do it, you can't do it, you know? So this is a bright future for Jalen and the Eagles. And I think the Eagles will be there for the next half decade, at least a decade. I just expect Jalen to do this. Now I had a video where I said, could Jalen Hurts be the next Lamar Jackson? And everything they did for Jalen is what they should have did for Lamar. Get Lamar top 10 defense. Get Lamar a great offensive line. Get Lamar weapons on the outside. Get him a better running game. All of these things, get him a great offensively minded either OC or head coach. These are all things that Philly did, that Baltimore could have did, but because of their own negligence and wanting to play football like it's 2005, they're stuck in this situation. They had a good offensive line, but the problem with Baltimore, they don't have any top 10 receivers. They've never had a Pro Bowl receiver ever in the history of their franchise. That is disrespectful. Lamar is by far the best quarterback in that franchise history. You got to go get him one of the best, a receiver, whether it's Fitzgerald or anything. Now they got Odell now, but I'm not expecting Odell to make this big grand gesture like everybody else think he's going to. Hot take, I don't think Odell is going to be very good next year. I don't think Odell is going to be what they need, and then they have to overpay at that to get Odell. So I'm not a big fan of the signing. That's why I never did a video about it. I'm just not huge on the signing for Odell. So that remains to be seen. Who knows if Lamar's going to be there. So they had a lead in every game. They had 5 double-digit leads in 5 games. They literally should have been undefeated, probably heading into around Thanksgiving or Christmas, right? Lamar gets hurt, and you go from leading the division to completely out of the playoffs. And they shouldn't even really had a chance to make the playoffs because of what happened to DeMar Hamlin. it went wonky, and they had a chance to even make the playoffs. So, and the guy behind Lamar, and we're gonna cover him in passing next year. He's not very good. The only reason he made a Pro Bowl is because people got injured and blah blah blah, right? So you look at the differences, and also the piece of resistance, as they say. Lamar has an old school defensive-minded special teams head coach. What part of that screams we're going to have a dominant offense? And then they got Todd Monken. Yes, okay, great, blah, 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 right? I don't care if you have Mike Marks running the offense. If you don't have the skill position, you don't have the skill position. Rashard Bateman is hurt all the time. The injuries are terrible. They have one of the worst medical staffs in the league. It's just a dumpster fire in Baltimore, and you expecting him to take a pay cut just because it's Baltimore? Like, no. No, not when Daniel Jones is walking around with a $100 million contract. Like, no. The contract that Jalen got should be the same one Lamar got. Now, I screenshotted a reporter that I saw on Twitter. I put it right here. Now, I don't know how great these numbers are or how, accurate these numbers are, but this is a good point of reference. Like I said on my Instagram page, you guys should go follow. If these are the numbers, then Lamar should get paid that number. Now, I can't even argue with Jalen. Jalen took his team to a Super Bowl. Jalen has shown strides and has got better. But you also have to look at the team structures. The team structures are different. We have a defensive-minded organization that just so happened to play offense kind of well, right? And it's living like it's 06, right? And you also, and then you have this new school team that's high flying, also a great running team, but also has skill positions all over the field, as well as offense and defense, and with a new fresh hot shot coach. And I'm using hot shot respectively. To me, there's no comparison. There's really no comparison other than Jalen and Lamar have the same skill sets. So it's night and day. If Lamar had all, like I was talking to my uncle before I made this video, he said if Lamar had all this, he would have took the pay cut as well. And I would have been championing him to take the pay cut. Not saying that Jalen took a pay cut, but he'd have been more apt to take this type of deal. It's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers situation. If you're not going to give me what I need, then I'm going to take that. And so let's look at the broader spectrum of everything now. So Hurts is the top paid quarterback in the league at $51 million. Just some change. $51 million. Then you have A-Rod, then you have Kyler Murray, then you have Watson, then you have Mahomes. Yeah. And then it's Daniel Jones, Stafford, and Dak is down there somewhere as well. And people were talking about how bad Dak's contract was. But as you can see, Dak's contract doesn't look as bad, relatively speaking, a year later. It only looks bad because of the play of Dak Prescott. So that's a video for another day. But good contract. I'm happy with the contract. It's just, when are we gonna get Lamar's contract, or when are y'all gonna trade him? And I'm afraid Lamar's gonna lose this battle. Because, and we're gonna get into it, particularly because Lamar doesn't have an agent. Now, I haven't been on this bandwagon all year. I think Lamar should just go get an agent that he trusts. He should go get a lawyer or a sports lawyer, or somebody to handle his affairs to where they can go in there and speak for him. I would rather him be of the melanated persuasion. Right? I would much rather him look like us, talk like us, speak like us. Because what's the point of going to go get one of the small hat agents, if you guys know what I'm talking about? So go get one of those. You might as well have did that last year. So I think he should go get a black agent. Go get an African American agent, and let your mama oversee that. I don't think his mama would have a problem with that. I think his mama is doing the best that she can, but I don't think she's killing them in any type of way. I'm not gonna be disrespectful to Miss Jackson. I'm just not gonna do that. But I think just like the LeBron method, where LeBron had some guys that were better, and then he was ultimately able to get high enough to where he was able to fire those guys and hire his guys. I think Lamar should go that route as far as all this. But the route he's chosen is the route that he's going down, and I'm 100% on board, right? So, but I think if this specific contract approaches him, I think he should take it. Unfortunately, the market has now reset to where everybody's going to be like, well, the Jalen Hurts contract is the one we're going with, and the Cleveland one is an outlier. Unfortunately, that's never been the way it ever had went until now. So that's really all I got for you guys. It's going to be an interesting couple days. I'm not looking at no sports television because them guys are just going to be anti-Lamar and anti-player. So I don't even look at those things anymore. But thanks for watching. I'm going to leave at the end card of one of my videos I did about Jalen a while ago where I said he could be the next Lamar Jackson. He's actually surpassed that. So like, subscribe, and talk to you guys later. Peace.